Hello, my friend, and thank you so much for pressing play on this hip bursitis exercise routine. If you're new to my YouTube channel, my name is Caroline Jordan, and I'm a health and fitness coach here to help you live your very best life. On my channel, you'll find a variety of content helping you to stay fit, stay positive, and live an active life that you love. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing and hitting that little notification bell so we stay connected every time I publish new videos. In this hip bursitis exercise routine, I'm going to lead you through some of the best exercises to manage, prevent, or treat hip bursitis. As always, you'll want to check with your doctor or physical therapist before starting this or any exercise routine. Modify as needed and listen to your body. This video does not substitute medical advice. All you'll need to get started is a chair and a mat. You can press play on this video anytime. You don't need to go to the gym. You can do it at home. I suggest doing these hip bursitis exercises regularly, maybe a couple times a week, to help you and your hips feel great. I hope this video is one that you return to time and time again for pain relief and to help you perform your very best. So if you're ready to get started, roll out a mat, grab a chair, and let's move through this hip bursitis exercise routine together. I'm so very grateful that you decided to press play on this hip bursitis exercise routine. To begin, we'll start with a variety of stretches. Lay down onto your mat. You'll bring your belly down onto your mat and your forearms on the ground, palms facing down. Extend your legs straight behind you. Roll your shoulders down and back and lift your heart up away from your mat, coming into what we call Sphinx Pose. Staying in Sphinx Pose, I'd like you to bend one leg with your heel facing towards the ceiling. From here, you'll take the thigh and windshield wiper the leg out and in, doing an internal and external rotation. This helps move the hip in the joint and mobilize the hip area, which we're trying to help both strengthen and stretch. So you can do this windshield wiper at a speed that's right for your body. Try to quiet your mind and breathe. Beautiful job. Relax that leg, and then let's repeat on side two. So bend the knee, bringing the foot towards the ceiling, and then all you'll do is internally and externally rotate. Now, you want to think of a windshield wiper with the calf going one way and the other way. You'll probably find that one side, this is much easier than the other side. So for me, this side is much more mobile and open than the first side we did together. Make sure you're using nice deep breaths and keeping your calm mindset. Good job. And relax. The next stretch is a quad stretch. So you'll lay down onto the mat and you can stack your hands, creating a pillow for your forehead. From here, you'll try and guide one heel towards your bottom, and if you can, you'll grab hold of the foot and guide it in towards your hips. Now, if you don't have this much mobility, you can always use a yoga strap, or I've got a scarf here to loop around your foot. I'm going to try and make this as pretty as I can. Loop around the foot and guide it in towards your hips like so. So you don't even need fancy gym equipment. You can use a scarf that you have around the house and stretch your quad this way. Whatever position you're in, hold and take a nice deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Try it again. Deep breath in and long breath out. Release that side, unstrap yourself if you're strapped in, and let's try side number 2. So you'll bring your heel in towards your bottom, and if it's available to you, grab hold of the foot and guide it in towards the hips, using the scarf or your hand. If you can, gently rest your head onto that bottom arm and breathe. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. And again, deep breath and relax. Beautiful. From here, release the foot, place your hands underneath your chest, and sit yourself back into a brief child's pose. Taking a moment to breathe in and long breath out. Slowly come up and carefully return to the mat so that you're sitting on your bottom with your feet flat on your mat. Knees are pointing up towards the ceiling. And this next exercise, we're just going to move the knees in another windshield wiper motion. Your knees go one way and then the other way. So we're playing with internal and external rotation of the hips. And this again operates to lubricate that hip and help mobilize your hips. So this might seem like such a weird exercise to be incorporating into a hip bursitis exercise routine, but it actually does a lot. So sometimes the things that you think aren't doing very much do. So just try to see how you feel and breathe. All right, return to center and lie on down in your back. The next stretch we'll do is a figure 4 stretch. So I'm going to have you take one ankle on top of the opposite knee, flex the foot, and then you can stay in this position with your foot on the floor or guide your legs in towards you, feeling a stretch through your hips. If it's available to you, you can take your hands and grab hold behind the hamstring. And remember, you need to continue to breathe deeply to help your body open and relax. So inhale and exhale. Return the stretch down to center, uncross the thighs, and let's try side 2. So you'll cross one ankle over the opposite knee, flex the foot towards the ceiling, and then guide the stretch in towards your chest. Take a deep breath, inhale, and exhale. Gosh, that feels so good. Well done with this stretch. And release. Uncross the legs, and now let's bring the knees into your chest, wrapping your arms around yourself and giving yourself a hug. From here, I want you to let the knees fall to one side, coming into a spine twist. You'll reach the opposite arm away from the top knee, and then if you can, take this top leg and kick it forward, stretching through the hip, the lower back, and all the way down the side, the IT band. Releasing these muscles is really helpful in getting rid of pain from hip bursitis. So how's that breathing? Inhale deeply and exhale completely. Well done, my friend. Bend the knees, return to center, and let's try side 2. Let the knees fall over to one side, open the arm into the opposite direction, and then extend that top leg straight, feeling a nice deep stretch through the lower back, the hip, and all the way down through the IT band. I want you to keep breathing and remember to think positive, relaxing thoughts. The brain affects the body. So we've got to keep your brain in a good space. Breath in, breath out. Good job. Return to center and place the feet flat on the floor. The last stretching and mobilizing exercise is a pelvic tilt. So what I'd like you to do with your feet flat is tilt the pelvis up and then drop the pelvis down. It's as if your pelvis is a water bucket and you're trying to spill water out of the back of the bucket and the front of the bucket. Keep that going, tilting the pelvis forward and backwards. You should start to feel your core engage. Remember, smiling always helps the exercise process. So if you can add in a few reps of smiling, you'll probably even benefit more from this exercise. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Good job. Let's move into some strengthening exercises now. Take your feet hip distance apart, stomach is in nice and tight. Move into a hip bridge, lifting the hips off the floor and then lowering the hips back down. Now I want you to check out your knees briefly and make sure that they're close enough to hold a grapefruit. So often when I work with clients, I watch their knees splay far out when they do the hip bridge. And I want you to make sure that that doesn't happen for you. So your feet and ankles point straight forward and your knees are close enough that they can hold on to something small. And we'll keep moving through this hip bridge for 20 repetitions. Feel free to take a break at any time or press pause on the video and return when you feel better. Make sure that your breath is helping you and that as you move and get fatigued, your form doesn't falter. So I always tell my clients that quality is better than quantity. So if you feel like there's too many reps to do the reps well, then stop at the reps where you can do this with good form. Good, let's just take 2 more and relax. Keep your legs bent towards the ceiling, but extend one leg straight out along the floor. Stomach is tight, abs are braced. From here, I'd like you to lift the legs straight up towards the ceiling and lower it back down, doing a straight leg lift. Let's continue. Good. Now I feel my abs and my quads, and I also feel a stretch along my hamstrings. So there's a lot of things going on in this exercise. It's important to make sure that your upper body stays relaxed and your abs stay engaged. So just like the pelvic tilt exercise we did at the beginning of this video, you'll want to keep your core bracing the entire time. Let's try one more together. Well done. Bend the knee and let's try side 2. So extend the leg out, abs tight. Lift and lower. One of my YouTube subscribers requested this hip bursitis exercise routine, and I take requests very seriously. So I wanted to make this for her, and I hope that it benefits you too. Good. Keep breathing and lengthening through the leg. Abs stay nice and tight. Let's try 2 more. And 1. Relax. Bend the knee and roll over to one side. So you'll lay onto your side, and if you need to, you can pause the video and place a pillow under your hip for a little more support if this is uncomfortable for you. Lay all the way down, letting your head rest on your bicep as a pillow. Stack your hips and keep your abs engaged. Top leg is straight. Let's move into a straight leg raise, lifting the top leg up and then lowering down. Now remember, form is so important here. So you'll really want to make sure your hips are directly over each other, not forward and back. So watch yourself in a mirror. Or if you need a coach, I do virtual coaching. We can have a FaceTime call together and I can tell you if your form on specific exercises is looking good and helping you, or we need to work on it and it's not helping you. Right now, you should feel your butt and hip muscles start to wake up a little. This is your last one. Whew, side lying leg raise. Now I want you to bend the knees, bringing the knees to stack on top of each other and the feet touch. From here, let's move into a clamshell exercise, taking the knee up and down. Now, sometimes I'll have my clients place their hand on their bottom to make sure mind muscle connection, that they're feeling the work in the bottom, not in the hip flexor or the lower back. This will help you also know if your form is good and working for you, or if you need to tweak it so that you feel it in the right body parts. This clamshell should be feeling pretty good right now. Just try 4 more. Smiling is very advanced. Good, last one. Whew, nice job. Let's move into a side plank. So I'd like you to guide your elbows so that it's directly underneath your shoulder and keep your knees stacked on the mat. From here, lift your waist and lift up off the floor, extending the top leg up. Now, I said side plank, but this is a modified side plank. And I'll tell you why. By keeping the knees on the ground, we're helping you not only engage your stomach, but also your hips. Bonus, you're getting obliques and hips. If you'd like to try an advanced variation, you can lift the top leg straight off the floor, coming into what I like to call star side plank. Star side plank trains the hips and the obliques. And if you're not new to my channel and you've been doing my hip and ab exercise videos, you have definitely seen this exercise before. We do this exercise a lot on my YouTube channel because it's awesome. Breathe. Try to extend through the fingertips and lengthen through the neck. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful job. Top leg down, lower the hips, and let's flip over to side 2. So you're so lucky because you have 2 sides of your body. Lay all the way down, letting your head rest on your top arm, and take the top leg straight. Setting up proper alignment, hip bones over each other, neck is soft. I want you to reach that top leg up and down. I always say you gotta be grateful because you have 2 sides of your body. So 2 sides you can exercise and get stronger and healthier and fit. Now, make sure on these exercises that your abs are also staying tight so that you're not rocking and rolling forward and back on the mat. So you're not only working the sides of your hips, but you're working your waist as well, which is great. So we love movements that train multiple body parts. Good. I'm so proud of you for doing this. I know it's not easy. 2 more and relax. Bring the knees together and up in front of you. Feet are touching, abs are braced. Let's move into the clamshell, taking the knee up and down. Now, you'll probably notice that one side is easier than the other. Please don't be hard on yourself. That is pretty much the case for everyone, no matter if you have hip bursitis or not. We're not symmetrical. Our bodies usually don't operate that way. Again, you can place your top hand on the butt to make sure that you're feeling it where you should and not where you shouldn't. Good. Breathing and trying to think positive, helpful thoughts. This is your last one, and relax. Let's come into that side plank. Taking the elbow underneath the shoulder, abs in nice and tight, knees bent on the mat. You can use this top hand to help you lift up to start. Open out through the chest, extend the top leg up. Good, and breathe. So again, this exercise, you should feel your waist and you should also feel your hips. Good. Now, if you'd like to, you can advance this by taking the top leg up off the bottom leg, extending the legs straight and keeping your form picture perfect. Remember, quality is better than quantity. So if you need to take a break because your form suffers, I'm all for that. I'd rather have you move well than move hard and not well. Keep breathing, top leg parallel to the floor. Good job, my friend. Stay with it and relax. Let's come onto your belly again. We're moving into a center plank. So you'll come onto your belly, similar to the stretch we started with, forearms on the mat, and chest is long. Now from here, I want you to tuck your toes and lift your hips into a plank position. Squeeze your abs and squeeze your butt. Now, chances are, if you've been on my channel for a while, you have done your fair share of planks. The plank is one of the best exercises you can do to stay fit, stay strong, and live an active life you love. So I want you to try and have a regular diet of planks, whether you just do a plank a day or you tune into the channel for exercise videos where we can do planks together. Make sure you squeeze your butt so your lower back does not hurt. And if you need a modification, you can drop your knees to the floor and tuck your heels towards the ceiling. So check that out if the center plank on your toes is a little too much for you today. Take a breath in and exhale. How long should we stay? That was a trick question. I'll let you know. All right, lower all the way down. So now we'll move into a hip extension exercise. So you're going to come down belly on the mat and you'll let your forehead rest onto your hands. I'm not going to do that because I need to talk to you, but you get comfortable. From here, you'll flex one foot and extend it off the floor. You're just going to lift and lower the straight leg up and down, feeling your glutes and your hamstrings start to work. Now again, you want to make sure your head is down so that your neck is in a good alignment and your abs can stay braced the entire time. This feels awesome. Good. Okay, hold it up. Now from here, I want you to curl the heel in towards your butt and reach. Keep the knee off the floor. You should feel your butt and hamstrings start to engage and work for you. I want you to remember your hip bones should stay square down towards the ground. Okay, 4 more, you're doing great. Last 2, your butt should be burning. And last 1. Okay, let's try side 2. So again, neck is soft and relaxed. Lift that flexed foot off the floor and lower down. I want you to keep your spine as long as you can, butt tight, abs braced. And again, head is on your hands. So don't you be doing all this funky stuff with your neck. Form is so, so, so important. Good. And hold it up. Try the curl. We bring it in and reach it out. Bring it in. Now this exercise video is really a compilation of all of the best exercises you can do to help with hip bursitis. So I did a whole bunch of research and put it all together in one routine. Good. I want you to benefit from this and come back to it. Let's do 2 more. And last 1. Whew. Okay, come onto all fours, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees under your hips. We're moving into an exercise called the bird dog. So abs are tight, back is flat, reach your right arm forward and your left leg back. Good, and then return to center, same side. Let's do that again. Reach out and in. I have so many clients who have hip bursitis or arthritis, and we've really done a lot of work in their sessions to help them have the right exercise program to make progress out of pain and back into active living. I truly believe that movement is medicine, and all you need often is the right prescription. Let's try 2 more on this side. Make sure you're not dipping into that lower back. This is your last one, and relax. Side number 2, so opposite side. So opposite arm, opposite leg, reach, and bring it in. They call it bird dog because the dogs that hunt, right? When you go hunting with a dog, apparently, the dog points to whatever you've hunted. That's where the name came from. Kind of fascinating. We have some fun names in fitness, don't we? We get really creative. Let's try 5 more. And again, when I say dipping into the lower back, I mean this kind of thing. Don't do weird exercise with your back. Just keep it in your butt and hamstring and breathe. Okay, relax. Nice job with all of those exercises. We only have one more, and this involves your chair. The next exercise is a chair squat. So I'll have you carefully stand up and find your chair, and you're going to have a seat. This is how I teach my clients how to properly squat, because many people know how to squat, but when I tell them, they forget. Because for some reason, you've been squatting your whole life, but sometimes the exercise word gets in the way of you knowing that. So keep your feet flat on the floor, make sure your toes point straight forward, abs are tight. You can take your hands wherever you'd like to, that works for your body, and you're going to brace through your stomach. Lift up, pressing through the heels, squeeze the butt, and lower down, have a seat on your chair. Now, continue moving through this chair squat, and when you stand up and sit down, I don't want this, no plopping. You want to control the motion with your muscles, and I want you to make sure that your knees stay behind your toes. Keep breathing. Try not to let your knees go in or go out. So if you're not sure, you can do this against a mirror, or you can hang out with me for a virtual coaching session, and I'll help you make sure that your form is helping you, not hurting you. Good job. Let's try 2 more. And last one. Well done, my friend. Since your chair is there, have a seat, and you're just going to cross one ankle over the other knee, flex the foot like we did on the mat, and lean forward. This is a one more figure stretch as a bonus exercise because you did so great completing that hip bursitis exercise routine. This stretch is one that you can do anytime to help give your hips a little bit of loving. Come up, uncross, and let's try the second side, flexing the foot, engaging the stomach, and then leaning forward if you can to feel a stretch in your hips. I'm so proud of you for being active and putting the effort behind getting rid of pain and getting your life back into a place where you can be active and healthy and fit. This exercise routine was no joke, and you did awesome. So I really hope it helps you in keeping hip bursitis out of cramping your active and healthy lifestyle. Come out of that stretch, uncross, and relax. Thank you so much for joining me for this hip bursitis exercise routine. I hope you loved it, and I hope it's a video that you come back to time and time again for pain relief or to stay fit. If you liked this video, please share it with someone who you feel could benefit. Make sure you hit like and subscribe to this channel for more feel-good fitness. I'd love to know how you and your hips feel in the comments below. So let me know, and make sure to stay tuned for more feel-good fitness at carolinejordanfitness.com. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you soon.